In this video, we're going to talk about standard form. We're also going to compare it with slope-intercept form and see why is standard form sometimes more helpful than slope-intercept form. To get started, the first question is asking us to write down as many pairs of numbers you can think of that have a sum of 5. Pause the video and write down all of the numbers that you can think of that have a sum of 5. The answer to this question is there's really infinitely many options that has a sum of 5. But when I think of just some of the integers, I'm thinking of 5, 0, 4, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 0. Those are the ones that I can think of right now at the top of my head. The next part says, what's the equation of this line? Well, let's graph these points that we've just come up with. 5, 0, 4, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 4, 0, 5. We can see that the relationship is linear. What would the equation that would represent this line be? I'm going to go ahead and connect these points. And then to find the equation of a line, there's two things that we need: the slope and the y-intercept. Pause the video and see if you can write the equation of the line on your own, then check back in and see if we have the same answer. All right, I can see that the slope is down 1 over 1, so my slope is negative 1. And my y-intercept is up at 5. So the equation of my line is y equals negative 1x plus 5. All right. So what did we do just right here is we actually used just some points and we built that equation from the points, okay? Let's move down to the next question. Okay, so today you can see we're learning a new form. Everything that we've done so far is slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, right? In this form, it's called standard form. Standard form is when you have the x and the y's on the same side. How come a and b cannot both be 0? Well, in standard form, you need an ax and a by. If you had a 0, it would cancel out the x and the y term. Okay? So the reasoning there is we need to have an x and a y term to be in standard form. Here's some examples of standard form. Let's see if we can identify what's a, b, and c for each. If this is standard form, whatever the coefficient is of the x, that's considered the a value. Coefficient of the b or the y is the b value, and then whatever it's equal to, that's our c. So in our first example, a would be equal to 3. B would be equal to 5. C would be equal to 15. Go ahead and pause the video and fill in the next two boxes. Okay, hopefully our answers are the same. So what do we do here? We just look at the coefficients to identify the a, b, and c values. Pretty simple. All right, let's go ahead and start seeing some of the benefits of standard form, and then also talk about how can we change it to slope-intercept form. So number 1, graph using intercepts. How does this work? So this is standard form, right? We have ax plus by is equal to c. Intercepts, what you can do here is you can actually find the x and y intercept to graph the line. Sometimes it's easier. If it's in this form, it might be difficult to figure out what's the y-intercept and what's the slope. We'll talk about how to convert it here in a second, but what could I do to graph it quicker? So some teachers call this the cover-up method, where you actually just cover up one of the terms. But really what's happening is you're plugging a 0 in for one term to find the other intercept. For example, let's find the x-intercept. Whenever it crosses the x-axis, the y value is equal to 0. So when I'm finding the x-intercept, I start by plugging in a 0 for y. Well, what happens when you multiply by 0? That term just eliminates, giving me negative 2x equals negative 6. Divide both sides by negative 2, and we get x is equal to 3. So what is the x-intercept? The x-intercept would be at 3. This ordered pair would be 3, 0. Go over to 3, 0 and plot a point. That's the x-intercept. Why is it called the cover-up method? Well, if you covered up the 3y with your hand, if you just covered it up, then you would be given negative 2x equals negative 6. So you would have jumped down right here because you know that that 3y is going to eliminate. So that's just one strategy to help you find that intercept. Let's find the y-intercept now. For the y-intercept, we're going to plug a 0 in for x. Negative 2 times 0 plus 3y equals negative 6. We just talked about it. These are going to eliminate. So you have 3y is equal to negative 6. Divide by 3, and you get y is equal to negative 2. So what is the y-intercept? 0, negative 2. Let's go ahead and plot that point. 0, negative, oops, not the highlight tool. 0, negative 2 right here. Now that we have those intercepts, we know that this is a line. We can connect those points. Let's go ahead and connect them. So there is my line. Let's convert this to slope-intercept form, and let's confirm that the slope-intercept form in the graph should match. So how would I convert to slope-intercept form? Okay, well, we know that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to use my algebraic properties to get y by itself. Let's start by just writing down the equation. Negative 2x plus 3y equals negative 6. If I want the y by itself, I first need to move the 2x to the other side. So we talked about this earlier in the year, but when you move something to the other side, you are doing the inverse operation, so I'm just adding it. But when you cross over the equal sign, the negative 2x is going to turn to a positive 2x. So I have 3y equals positive 2x minus 6. Okay, I'm getting closer. Y is almost by itself. Now I need to get rid of the 3. So next I need to divide everything by 3. The 3's eliminate, leaving me with y equals, so I can actually divide 3 from each of these. 2x divided by 3 is just 2x over 3, or 2/3 x. And then negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. So there is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Now let's see if that matches our graph. Slope-intercept form would tell us that we start at negative 2 and that we have a slope of 2/3 up to over 3. So yes, they're matching. The first one we graphed with the intercepts, and the second one we checked it with slope-intercept form. Let's give another one a try. Let's start with the x-intercept. So to find the x-intercept, you're plugging a 0 in for y. So when I plug that in, I get x equals negative 2. That's the x-intercept. The y-intercept, you plug a 0 in for x. Let's go ahead and plot those points. So remember, the x-intercept is on the x-axis. Negative 2, 0. The y-intercept's on the y-axis. 0, negative 2. Connect those 2 points, That's what our equation should look like. Let's confirm it by converting to slope-intercept form. I'm going to start by writing down the equation. And I want to solve it for y, meaning I want to get y by itself. I need to move the x to the other side. Here's the sides that I'm talking about. So I'm going to subtract x. And if you guys remember, it just changes signs when it goes to the other side. And then I would divide by any coefficients, but y is already by itself. I can stop here. So this is the equation of my line. Let's check it, make sure that it's matching. This one should have a y-intercept of -2, and it should go down 1 over 1. This one matches. All right, I want you guys to try the next one on your own. Go ahead and find the intercepts, plot them, and then convert it. After you've done that, come back and check the video and see if our answers are matching. For the x-intercept, I got -3. I'm going to go ahead and plot that point. For the y-intercept, I got -1. Here's the equation of my line. When I confirm it using the slope-intercept form, here's the steps. I see that the y-intercept's -1 and the slope is down 1 over 3. Down 1 over 1, 2, 3. It should be over here. Up 1, backwards 3. So yeah, I threw my line off just a little bit, but yes, they are matching. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is answer the questions below here. What are some of the benefits? Type those in. Once you're done, go ahead and submit the notes to the lesson assignment on Google Classroom, and then I need you guys to complete the Delta Math assignment that ties in with this. So you'll be solving things, changing them to slope-intercept form, and then also graphing equations. I hope you found this video helpful. Watch it again if you need to. Ask for questions, of course, if you need it. Thanks for watching.